Please welcome to the stage Mr. Greg Walloch.
The other day, I decided I was going to forget about life for just a little while and go downtown and get a piece of cake. Because you know when you have those days when it seems like a piece of cake is going to make everything all better. But I'm standing there in line and I'm looking at all the cakes, thinking about the German chocolate cake, and I'm only like 2 people away from the counter. And I'm feeling really good because I'm saying this mantra to myself that I made up, and I'd like to share it with you. You close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you say, "May I feel like I feel when I'm about to eat cake." And immediately you think, oh, cake, like you might get some, and then you feel better. It works every time. And I'm standing there in line, and right then my cell phone rings. It's my friend Karen, and she's down south. She's just been dumped by her boyfriend. She was dating a gay Elvis impersonator. I mean, I knew he was gay, but she didn't. And isn't that strange how sometimes you can fall in love with people and not even see them? He left her a note on her pillow that said, "I've fallen in love with another man. I've gone back to New York. Thank you very much. Good night." And I'm sitting there on the phone and I'm saying, Karen, you know, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. But I realize how difficult that must be to hear when you've just found out the Elvis you thought you knew and loved turned out to be totally queer. So I knew what I had to do. I had to forget about the cake, hang up the phone, and go south. So I get on a plane and I'm sitting there and already I'm feeling better, you know, just getting away from New York for a while. And when I got there, she was doing pretty bad. So I said, come on, let's go for a drive. Let's go get that cake. And we're driving out along the back roads in the south, and it's so beautiful. And the amazing thing about being there is that there are these churches everywhere. And they have these billboards out front with like these amazing sayings on them. And one of them said, "We love you and there is nothing you can do about it." And I thought that was so great because it's this completely sweet sentiment, yet it's totally passive aggressive at the same time. So I kind of related to it and I wanted to go in. And when we got into the church, it was a Southern Baptist televangelist church. And we go down and we sit in the front pew, and the minister's up there preaching about the spilling of the blood of the sinners and how Christ will come down and wipe the blood from the seat of judgment. And I thought, oh my God, Christ is going to come down and wipe the blood from the sinners from the seat of judgment. And I don't know about you, but whenever I hear a minister talking about the spilling of the blood of the sinners, I could just be projecting, but I think he might be talking about me. But right then, this woman comes up to me and she says, "Are you comfortable?" And I said, "Well, you know, it's a little hot in here." And she said, "No, are you comfortable living in that body?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, so just move along." But right then, she and 3 other men picked me up and took me up to where the minister was preaching. And he grabs my head and he says, "I want you to get the devil out of your body. Get the devil out of your body. I want you to get the devil out of your body. I want you to throw down those canes and walk. I want you to get the devil out of your body. I want you to throw down those canes and walk." And then palm flat smacks me in the forehead. But instead of falling backwards, I just sort of lean back and come upright again. And he gets really mad, like I'm not working with him. So he gets down on his knees in front of me and he starts rubbing my legs and he says, I want you to get the devil out of your body. I want you to get the devil out of your legs. I want you to throw down those canes and walk. And he's rubbing my legs and oh my God, guess what happened? I got an erection, which even for me is totally out of control. And I'm thinking, I am certainly going to hell now. And he's rubbing my legs. I want you to get the devil out of your body, get the devil out of your legs. And I'm thinking, sir, that's not where the devil is right now. And he's there, and I just don't know how to get out of it. And the interesting thing is I can actually put down the crutches and stand on my own and walk a few steps. And you guys, I don't know if it was the cameras or the people everywhere, but I just didn't know how to get out of it. So I put down one cane, and then I put down the other, and I stood up. And the congregation is freaking out. And the minister looks at me like, oh my God, I actually did it. And you know, I always did sort of want to be on TV. I just never thought it would happen that way, which just goes to show the Lord does indeed work in mysterious ways. But then I thought for a minute, what if he really did have the ability to heal people, you know? And I just didn't believe him, because I was somehow the most cynical one in the room. But then I wanted to be brave in church and turn to him and say, hey, you know, who are you to heal me of this? You know, can you make me less neurotic? Can you get me a better job? How about the perfect boyfriend? But not this. This isn't at the top of my list. But I wasn't brave, and I didn't tell him. And afterwards, my friend Karen punches me in the shoulder, and she says, come on, let's go get some cake. So we drive back along the roads into Athens, Georgia, and we're sitting there at the Grit restaurant. And she's sitting there with her triple layer white sponge cake with chocolate frosting. And I'm there with my German chocolate cake. And as I sink my fork down through the layers, I think this is what it's about, you know? These are the moments where we find our faith in the joy of the anticipation of the moment. Because there will always be fantasies about being somebody else. And there will always be people who want to heal you so that they can feel better. And there will always be a gay Elvis impersonator who will break your heart. So I sit back and I open wide and I say, may I feel like I feel when I'm about to eat cake. It's always just an amazing mix of people who come in and do work and tell stories of the Moth. And the really great thing is that it just goes to show that everybody has a story to tell.